Our first case is a low-quality home video known as grave robbing for morons. It first appeared in the early 1990s as part of the bootleg VHS tape filled with strange content. Later, it was uploaded online. The video is about 27 minutes long and looks like it was filmed sometime in the late 1980s or early 1990s. In it, a teenage boy with a New York accent gives a rough tutorial on how to dig up graves and steal bones. Throughout the video, he holds what looks like a real human skull. He explains how to clean it and says it can be sold in the black market. At one point, he places a skull on top of 2 crossbones, copying the skull and crossbones image from pirate flags. He talks to the audience like he's teaching a class, but calls them morons and gives strange advice. For example, he says if someone sees you digging, you should knock them out so they can think it was a dream. He also says not to rob graves while drunk. The tone is messy, and he often sounds like a teenager trying to act tough. The person in the video calls himself Anthony. He has long dark hair, tied back, and nearly says his last name, stopping after Anthony Kess. He also mentions a friend behind the camera named Gino, and a few others by nickname. None of them have ever been identified. Anthony appears nervous. He stutters, wipes sweat off his face, and speaks in a rushed way. Some viewers notice his hands look bruised and dirty, adding to the feeling that this might be real. People still argue about whether the video is real or fake. Some of the advice sounds so silly that it might be a joke or a school project. But the tape looks old, and the skull looks very real. One theory links the name Anthony Kess to a man named Anthony Casamasima, who was caught stealing from graves in New York, but that man was much older than the teenager in the video and was known for stealing old art, not bones. So that connection is probably not correct. Over time, the video was shared online and picked up by forums that collect strange or found footage. Grave robbing for morons remains one of the strangest and most discussed clips in online video history. Whether it was meant to be real or fake, it still leaves a lot of questions, and no one has found the answers. The next video is very different. Smile Guide, or Poradnik Uśmieciu in Polish, is a strange web series that first showed up in 2013. It was uploaded on a YouTube channel called Krana Gryzba TV, which means Mushroom Land TV. At first, the videos look like an old kid's show. A teenage girl named Agatka smiles at the camera and gives short lessons, like how to cut an apple or use scissors safely. The colors are soft and washed out, and the editing looks like an old VHS tape. The music is calm, and the set is simple, with decorations like flowers and paper props. It feels like a children's program from the 1980s or early 90s, but something isn't right. Each episode slowly turns into something more confusing. The video begins to glitch, the sound breaks up, Agatka might repeat herself or speak in a strange tone. Sometimes, the footage cuts to old cartoons, war footage, or science films. In the background, strange people appear without warning. One of them is a man in a denim jacket who doesn't move or speak. A puppet squirrel named Malgosia also appears in the show. At first, it acts friendly, but over time its face changes, and its voice becomes deeper and harder to understand. The puppet's expressions begin to look more threatening. A quiet voice often speaks over the scenes. It sounds like Agatka's mother, saying things like, "I cannot reach her," or "she's not listening." Sometimes there are quick flashes of text in Polish, like "do not trust her" or "nothing is real." As the episodes continue, Agatka begins to look tired or distracted. She sometimes stares at the camera without saying anything. The setting stays the same, but small things begin to shift. Decorations disappear. The lighting changes. Between 2013 and 2017, 5 main episodes were released. Each one made the story more unclear. The titles were simple, like Episode 1 or Episode 4, and none of them explained anything. Viewers began to think that Agatka was trapped in a place called Mushroom Land, which might not be real. Other characters appeared and disappeared without warning, including a boy with a paper crown and another girl with short hair who seemed to speak in riddles. At one point, the channel uploaded a music video featuring this second girl. She sings slowly while standing alone in an empty room. The video didn't explain who she was or how she connected to Agatka, but fans assumed she was part of the same story. Because the videos gave no real answers, people online tried to solve it themselves. They made subtitles in multiple languages, wrote long theory posts, and started wikis to collect every clue. Some thought the series was about a child's mind during a traumatic event. Others believed it represented life under government control, especially because some of the spliced footage came from Cold War-era films. Others still believed the channel was part of a secret game or a hidden message. For a long time, there were no credits. The creator didn't speak publicly. This made people believe the series might be found footage or that it came from a real lost TV broadcast. The mystery became a big part of its appeal. In 2017, a short video appeared on the same channel. It revealed that Smile Guide was created by a filmmaker named Victor Strabog, along with a small team of actors and helpers. It was an art project made to look like something old and confusing on purpose. Even with that answer, the series still feels unique. The slow changes, the faded visuals, and the quiet performances make it easy to remember and hard to fully explain. Today, Smile Guide is one of the most well-known obscure web series on YouTube. The third video on this list, called PHR2771 Educational Video. It's only a few minutes long, but it leaves a strong impression. It was uploaded around 2013 by a channel called sleepshackonyt. At first, it looks like a regular training film. It starts with plain title cards and simple diagrams, like it's about to explain something. But it quickly changes. Instead of teaching anything, the video becomes a mix of confusing and unsettling images. The screen starts to flicker. It cuts between dark hallways, strange medical-looking rooms, and flashes of something that looks like human skin or wounds. In one moment, a blurry figure appears strapped to a table. The quality is too low to see what's really happening, and the scene moves too fast to study clearly. There's no voice or music, only a low, distorted sound plays in the background. A few numbers and words appear on the screen, but they don't form a clear message. The video gives a feeling that something has gone wrong, but it never explains what. The meaning behind the name PHR2771 isn't clear. Viewers have made guesses. Some think it might stand for something called Public Health Report or be a case number. But these are just theories. Nothing has been confirmed. When the video started to appear on lists of creepy or mysterious internet clips, more people began to study it. Some tried to pause it frame by frame to look for clues. Others shared theories online, trying to figure out if it had a story. sleepshackonyt also uploaded a few other strange videos. One of them is called Missing Person Report. It uses a similar style. This made people think that maybe there was a large story behind it all, or some kind of alternate reality game. Some believed it could be showing the results of an experiment, or something dangerous happening in a lab. But there's no clear proof. The creator never gave an explanation or background. No one knows who made the videos or what they were trying to show. PHR2771 remains a strange and confusing video. It doesn't have a beginning, middle, or end. It doesn't give any answers. That's part of what makes it so memorable. While most YouTube content is easy to understand, this video leaves viewers with only questions. It's one of those internet clips that stands out because it never explains itself. And that mystery is what keeps people talking about it even today. The fourth video is called Poko Shopping. The video was uploaded on YouTube in 2014 by a Japanese artist named Nana825763. This same creator had already become known for a horror video called Username 666. Like that earlier video, Poko shopping quickly gained attention in internet horror circles. At first, the video looks playful. It begins with two doll-like characters standing inside a brightly colored toy store. The scene looks like a puppet show or a fake toy commercial. One of the dolls is named Noroi-chan. In Japanese, the word Noroi means curse, which may hint at what is coming. The dolls happily show off toys while cheerful music plays in the background. Text appears in speech bubbles and the whole setup feels safe and lighthearted. But the tone starts to change. The dolls begin to look different. Their surfaces appear soft and wet, like something fleshy is growing out of them. The camera zooms in. What once looked like plastic or fabric now looks like real meat or organs. Strange messages in Japanese flash across the screen. The phrases do not make much sense and only add to the confusion. The upbeat music starts to slow down and sound warped. The scene turns uncomfortable. The most shocking image shows one of the dolls smiling besides what looks like human tissue. Just when it becomes too disturbing, the video breaks the illusion. The camera pulls back to reveal the hands of the creator. We see how the scene was made. The meat was fake. The movements were controlled by hand. The fleshy growths were just practical effects. The creator Nana825763 has made other unusual videos with a similar mix of style and shock. These include strange animations, looping clips, and other horror-themed shorts. Over time, their channel became a place for fans of obscure internet horror to gather. Poko shopping is still one of their most well-known uploads. The fifth case is different from the others because it might not exist at all. It is known as Hatefinn.mkv, and almost everything said about it comes from stories passed around online. There is no proof that the video is real. According to some people in internet communities, Hatefinn.mkv is a short clip showing aerial footage of snow-covered mountains. On the snow, there is something visible, but no one agrees on what it is. Some describe the video as calm and slow, almost like a nature film. Others say it feels strange or dreamlike, even though it looks like simple camera footage. No one has shared the full video. No screenshots or clips have been confirmed. There's no known creator. People have looked for the file online, but the only things they find are mentions in video lists or message boards. Some think Hatefinn.mkv was part of a private project. Others believed it was just an idea someone wrote down that got picked up and repeated. The story became more well-known because of a rumor that added to its mystery. According to this version, a hacker in Finland found the video on a private server and downloaded it. After watching the video, he supposedly died of a heart attack later that day. When people checked his computer, they found a single text file left open. It said, "The mountains are incomprehensible." This story made the video seem more dangerous. Some people started to say that watching it could be harmful. As of now, Hatefinn.mkv has never been confirmed. Even so, the name still appears in conversations about strange or lost media, and some people are actively trying to find out. The final video is known as Theend.avi. It is one of the most talked about pieces of internet lore. The video is said to have a dark reputation, although very few people have actually seen it. According to stories shared online, Theend.avi is a 1-hour video that shows a young girl or teenage dancer alone in a quiet, dark room. She moves slowly to soft music. Nothing else happens. For the entire hour, she continues to dance in the same space, with no changes in lighting or camera angles. At the very end, she stops moving, looking directly at the camera, and a message appears on screen that says, "The End." That simple description would not be enough to make it famous, but what made Theend.avi well known are the stories that came after. According to internet rumors, people who watched the entire video felt an overwhelming sense of sadness. Some claimed it caused extreme hopelessness. In the most serious version of the story, a few viewers took their own lives shortly after watching it. The idea was that something in the video, maybe the repetition or the silence, had a strong emotional effect. These claims were never confirmed. No official reports ever supported the story, and no one provided names or details. Still, the warnings were enough to make people afraid of the file. Theend.avi gained a reputation as a cursed video that could harm those who watched it to the end. The story of Theend.avi started on a Russian social media site called VK. A user posted the file in a group, but right after, they deleted their account. The user's name disappeared and was replaced with the word deleted, which meant no one could trace where the file came from. Some people were able to download it, but many said the file would not open or would crash partway through. A few people online claimed they had watched the whole video. They described the dancing girl and the final message exactly as the others had. Even now, no public copy of Theend.avi has been confirmed. People have searched for it, but no screenshots or verified links have appeared. Some say the whole thing was made up. Others believed it was a real file that has since been lost. Whether real or not, Theend.avi continues to show up in lists of the internet's most mysterious files. We've looked at 6 strange videos that each bring their own kind of mystery. Some, like the Polish web series, were later confirmed to be art. Others are still unexplained. A few may not have existed at all. But for some of them, people are still actively looking for proof of their existence. Which of these stood out the most to you? If you've seen a strange video that didn't make this list, let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.